on, sailors. How are we doing out there, man? I hope you're doing good. 2025 is here, man. A new year. It's all happening. It is going down. It's been a little bit since I tuned in with y'all, and I really wanted to check in and see how y'all are doing, man. How's your year going? How is your heart? It's a time for us to check in with ourselves and feel how we're feeling and do how we're doing, and hopefully improve how we're doing every day. That's every new year. We got the opportunity to either spiral up or spiral down, or maybe just go in a circle, man, not go up or down. But hopefully there's some movement for y'all. Like I mentioned, I haven't been doing this as much, tuning in with the pod. Feels like a good time to come back, though. I've had a good little breath from it. I've learned I tend to like to do that with things. I get into so much stuff. I just got a lot of different passions, so I tend to, get into something for a while and then just kind of want to get into something else. And I'm, trying to strike a balance, because I think that's good at the same time as I don't want to, be so inconsistent where I'm not actually improving. I'd like to be improving in all those different areas, not just dipping my toes in enough to kind of get a scent, but not really learn how to craft that scent. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know if it makes sense. It smells like something, I'll tell you that. So I guess I am making sense, out here figuring it out this past month. Let's see, we're at February 18th, man. Yeah, we're most of the way through February, which is kind of crazy because I feel like February done just began. But, a couple months into the year, January, well, really all of January and February, I guess, but January was real heavy month in terms of creation for me. I got some different creative projects outside of this that I'm working on, and it's been real nice being able to put my energy into that stuff, man. I feel like I'm really pursuing my dreams and making things come true, and taking actionable steps to bring what's in here into reality, and that's feeling real nice. And that's actually kind of the theme of this episode I wanted to have today. I was with my buddies hanging out the other night, and we were just, goofing around, and the phrase came out, "in charge." I can't remember exactly what the situation was that prompted it, but we learned that that's a very powerful spell, in charge. It's got kind of a layered meanings in there, being in charge in your body. Are you charged up, ready to go, ready to rock? Are you in charge? Hopefully, you got a good night rest and you're feeling good with your spirit. I think there's a lot that goes into being in charge. It ain't just a good night's sleep, it's what you're eating, it's what you're, inputting through your eyes and your ears and your nose and your mouth and your skin, and it's also what you're outputting. What you output helps you get in charge, because you put out some good ripples out there. And I've talked about this before, man, emanating into a space and making it feel a certain type of way, like when you come home and you feel real nice because you've been emanating that good energy in your home. Hopefully, I hope so. You're giving yourself a little cozy den to come back to, but our actions ripple back, and they have a reaction, and they make us feel a type of way. Either they make us feel real good because we did something good and that was aligned with our heart and what we're thinking. We have that brain-heart cohesion. That's what gets you the real best results right there, when your actions and your thoughts are aligned, And I think that's what we're really looking for, is that cohesiveness. And I think we feel an internal dissonance, a waveringness, I definitely feel that when my actions aren't aligned with, my heart and what's going on there. Oh, I think my boy Mr. Boozy wants to come downstairs. Let me go let my boy Boozy down here. Come on, Boozy. I'll let you down. I know I got the wood stove cooking, and you feel that warmth coming up. Come on. Come on, baby. I ain't gonna bite you, baby. I might wrestle you. Mr. Boozy wanting to come soak up some of this wood stove action. What's up, Boozy? Say hello. See, I got the wood stove cooking over there. Warming it up. It's been cold, man. It's been a cold winter. But, I'm thankful for that. That's fine. We got a couple good snows. I got to go snowboarding. That was cool. Spent about my last dime going snowboarding, but sometimes you just gotta, let it all hang out and throw it out there. And once you hit the bottom, there's only one place to go, baby. That's up. So, yeah, what was I talking about? Boozy got me all distracted. Oh, being in charge. Yeah, man. So I'm really liking that as an affirmation, saying I'm in charge. And I think it's powerful on a number of ways. And I think you can feel too, if you don't feel in charge and you say it, you realize that you're not in charge, either in terms of your energy level or your ability to, take responsibility, act on the things you need to act on in your life or of a given situation that you are in. So yeah, I looked up some of the etymology for the word charge because I was kind of curious to, I mentioned how this channel is gonna tend to be focused around certain words or spells. We're out here sailing in the deep seas, and we're gonna need some spells if we're gonna get through this, because there's a lot of mysterious forces out there and a lot of storms going to come, so we're going to need to be equipped with the right spells in order to help us take charge of any situation that comes for us. So, some etymology of the word charge. The word charge has a rich etymology that traces back to Latin, Old French, and Middle English. Latin roots. The word originates from the Latin caricar. That's Italian. I don't know what I'm doing there. I ain't the best at accents. Caricar, which means to load a wagon or cart, which itself comes from caris, meaning wagon or cart. The Old French influence is it evolved in Old French as charger, meaning to load, burden, or impose responsibility. This word was commonly used in military and financial context. The Middle English usage in 13th century English adopted charge from the Old French, retaining retaining meanings like to load, to entrust with responsibility, and to command. Over time, it expanded to include meanings relating to price, as in charging money, accusations, energy, as in electrical charge, and even attack, as in a military charge. So, man, that's a powerful word right there. The word has maintained its dual nature, referring to both burden and responsibility, and power and action across its many uses today. So yeah, I just think you can feel its power, just like when I was talking about gumption, man. If you don't feel the power of the word gumption when you say gumption, man, you better, I don't know, say it a couple more times to get your ears checked. One of the two. But I really am feeling this theme. I think it came to light for me at just the right time, because I'm in this place where, I'm trying to take charge of my life and be my own boss kind of thing. And um, I think it's real empowering to say I'm in charge. And I think, with everything going on in the world, um, it's easy to feel that sense of lack of empowerment because there's such big forces out there, whether it's conglomerates of people or corporations or the government, whatever, man. All these big entities feel like they're kind of controlling everything. We're pulling the strings and we're down here just flopping around. But, man, you can cut some of those strings and, we can't necessarily. Well, I won't even say that. I was going to say we can't cut them all because, there's certain things that, you know, a lot of things, like government, whatever, came to be for a reason. The intention of it is to help us all. And I know there's, corruption and abuse of the powers and such and the systems that are in place. And there's a lot of silliness involved in all that. I'm not trying to get lost in the weeds over there with that, but there are things we can do in our own lives, simple things, man, like taking the time to breathe a little deeper, or breathe through your nose, or breathe into your belly and allow yourself to truly rest. When you breathe into your belly, it activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which allows you, puts your brain and body in a state of rest and digest. Whereas we tend to be, oh, Boozy. I'll be right with you in a minute, Boozy. Boozy, he likes to have morning talks with me too. He might want to go outside. You want to go out? I'll be right back with y'all. I heard that, fella. I heard that. Did you hear that noise last night, Boozy? There was something strange going on. Oh, good morning, Mr. Deer. It's all right. Just me. Man, I swear something strange was going on. There was so I live up in the mountains, and there are deer all around. I basically, I'm living in their yard. And, something was making a real interesting sound. It was like deer giving birth, or I don't know. It may have been a little battle of sorts. It was kind of hard to tell, but it was like this periodic sort of whimper, but it was kind of a deep sound. I never heard nothing like it. I don't know what deer giving birth sounds like, but could have been that. That's kind of my guess. But yeah, anyway, I think we need to, reorient our attention toward ourselves and close our eyes and let our awareness start to explore more of our inner environment and our essence that's inside of us and our spirit, and start more so putting energy into and thinking about and taking action on how we're relating to the world and how we're contributing to the world. Because whether you're trying to or not, you're affecting things going on around you, whether you're not taking action, or you're taking action. You're affecting what's going on around you. So I think we need to, start being our own president kind of thing, and that's not to say, I'm now thinking, saying being your own president, it's like, calling yourself God kind of thing. And I know people are real nervous about that idea because people start power tripping, thinking they're better than everyone else because they're God. But what I'm trying to say is we're all, fractals of God. We're all that. So because I can recognize the divinity within me doesn't make me think I'm somehow now better than you or anyone else. It just is an empowering feeling that allows me to be in charge and to do the things I need to do and go the direction I want to go, regardless of what anyone else is doing or saying to me. And, I can't remember if I really talked about the Gnostics on this channel or not. I probably did, but the Gnostics, were kind of pushing that message pretty heavily, and they're a group of early Christians, kind of when like Christianity was getting birthed and all. And they were all about that notion of divinity within. And I think, what became of the Christian church started to really treat the Gnostics in this negative light, and they started to talk all sorts of bad on them. And I think it's because there was, folks wanting to abuse power, and the Gnostic teachings were empowering. And they even, hid some of those teachings. Look up the lost teachings or lost gospels that were found in 1945. Check that out, man. It's pretty crazy. The Book of Mary and someone else, James, or I can't remember who. There's a couple gospels they found deep in clay pots underground, and a lot of those teachings are of a Gnostic nature, and that self-empowerment, that divinity within. But all that to say, man, is that I think we need to focus on and think about it if we're in charge. And if you're not in charge, why not? And are you giving your power away to, the news or, some of these forces that say that you need a X amount of money before you can live a good life, or, just feeling, maybe you're watching too many apocalyptic movies, or eating too many Pop-Tarts, man, or too much diet soda or regular soda. Too much of any of that, man, it's gonna take your charge away. And there's a lot of trickery out there, man. There's a lot of things. You drink a soda, you feel like you're getting in charge because dang, that feels nice going down. But really, you're putting sand in your tank instead of gasoline, and really it's gonna clog your pipes. And that next day, your engine's shutting down. You will not be in charge. You're gonna have a dead battery. You're going to be needing to call your friend for some support because you're going to be, not feeling alive and not in charge and dispirited. And I like also the word inspired and breaking it down into being in spirit, good spirited. And I think, being inspired and being in charge are kind of sort of synonymous or sort of synergistic with each other. And I don't really know where I was going with that, but I think those are just some things to think about, man. Are you enveloped in the flame of your spirit, or are you dispirited? Are you out of touch with your spirit and that flame that's inside of you? And are you blaming everything that's outside of you for maybe putting you in that state? And, I know it's a two-way street. Things in our external world are hard to deal with, and they do be pushing us down and disempowering us, whether it is the news or whether it's a doctor saying we need X, Y, or Z medicine for our anxiety, when really we just need some better strategies for channeling all this energy that builds up in our brain, like movement or dance, or even just breathing, slowing down, or drinking less caffeine. We're doing all these things that are, I mentioned the trickery, we're doing all these things that are trying to keep us going, but we shouldn't have to, and I'm trying to learn this myself. We shouldn't have to jumpstart our car every day. Your battery, there's some kind of, self-charging that goes on when you're driving. You charge it up by driving, and I think it's the same with our bodies. If we have a good solid day where our heart and brain are aligned and we're doing the right actions and consuming the right things, I think we get in charge naturally that next day. We're charging ourselves up for the future. And just with everything going on, I just hear so much cynicism about, you know, everything going on. And I get it, man. There's a lot of crazy stuff, no doubt. No doubt. But one thing I don't like doing is spinning my wheels in the mud, because they're just digging deeper and you just get more frustrated, and hitting the gas is not always the best thing to do. Sometimes you got to get out of the car and take a walk around, let the mud dry up a little bit, then you can drive on out of there, you know. So and just think about this idea of being in charge, and use it as an affirmation. I am in charge, you know, of my own reality, of my own life, of my own, you know, my story, my legacy. You know, you're choosing every day how you want to go about dealing with these crazy things. And for me, what I've learned helps the best is not focusing too much on the crazy things, but focusing on the things that make me feel good, and focusing on, you know, the beauty of life, and the harmony that can exist here and does exist here on earth and in the heavenly realms, and you know, bringing that down, and amplifying that. I think I really like this idea of us. We exist in the World Wide Web, regardless of, you know, the internet or not. We're in the World Wide Web, and we're all Wi-Fi boosters. We're boosting one thing or another. You might be boosting negative energy without even realize you're boosting negative energy. So, yeah, man, I think that's about good for me today. I'm feeling nice and in charge. I didn't even talk too much about, I mentioned I'm doing some creative projects. I think I don't want to share that in this medium right now. Just stay tuned with, you know, my links. I got all sorts of different facets, man. There's like 20 different versions of me out there doing different things. So you're going to hear a lot of different voices from me, and that's something I love from this life, that I can, you know, express in a number of ways, and they all serve a different purpose. So I'm doing it for a reason. I'm talking like this for a reason, and I'm just, you know, having fun, getting all right, and you know, I'm hoping you are too, and I'll see you out there on the journey, I'm sure, sometime. I'm out there. I'll be out at some different bigger events this year, and I'm just happy to be sailing these open seas and landing on some cool islands every now and then, hitting shore, having a little get down with the crew, and then, you know, it's back to the open seas where I do my thing. So much love to y'all. Happy 2025. Stay in charge. Don't go on giving your power away now, fella. Stay in charge. I know you got it in you. I know you're, you know, you are the main character of your life, so appreciate that. The movie is now. The movie is always. Just tap in, baby. Keep on learning and loving and living. And till next time, you know, go check out some of my links, bro. Some of my music and whatnot. I'm all about trying to get myself in charge and get you in charge with that stuff. So check it out, and peace. I'll see y'all soon. Swimming in the water, been swinging my legs. Walk with the wind, this shit ain't never end. Cut through it easy, I'm just here, buddy, your bread. Open my heart, gotta cash my checks. Make a new wave like split, split, splash. Make a new wave like. I mean, it's doing right in the new way.